Today's video is sponsored by Forever Pick, exotic wood guitar picks. Handmade one at a time in Chicago, Illinois, you can choose from a selection of exotic woods that will actually improve your guitar's tone. Take advantage of an exclusive 25% off coupon when you buy the full 6-pack at the link in the description. And remember, when you support my sponsors, you support this channel, and I sure appreciate it.
Hey y'all, it's Shed Post Friday.
There's two things you need to know. I'm the king, and number two is look out, man!
Hello boys and girls, Brad the Guitologist here. It is time again for Shitpost Friday. To start off the news this Shitpost Friday, I want to tell you about this. The Spice Girls are back together. I'm not joking, I'm serious. They're back together and they're touring. All the gangs here: Ginger Spice, Baby Spice, Sporty Spice, Scary Spice. All of the Spices except for Posh Spice, who, as you know, married a footballer over in the UK, so she probably still has some money left in the bank. But it's okay, because they're going to temporarily replace her with Pumpkin Spice. Sorry, I had to do it. When else are you going to be able to make that joke? But no, seriously, to start off the news, I wanted to talk about this. This is part of Fender's new Parallel Universe series. And this model is called the Fender Meteora. They have put out a video on their YouTube channel talking about the Meteora and how it came about and the guy who designed it and everything. It's kind of interesting. I give sometimes the big manufacturers shit, and I usually don't follow along whenever they do the whole, we're revealing a new model or whatever. But I thought this was a particularly cool looking guitar, and this is something I could see myself buying. Definitely one of the more interesting things they've come out with in quite a while, and I think just in general, the whole Parallel Universe series, where they've kind of mixed and matched different, different specs from different guitars. They've taken, like, for instance, in one of the models, they've taken the Fender Jaguar, and they've kind of melded it with the Fender Stratocaster. They've taken the Jaguar electronics and put it on a Stratocaster-shaped body with a Stratocaster scale length, and all, just stuff like that, where they've just kind of mashed up different models, which is kind of neat, I suppose, in a way. I don't know if those two would be what I would choose. The Jaguar and the Stratocaster. I'm not sure if I would take if I would ever really take the Stratocaster shape and take the stuff off of something else and put it on a Stratocaster shape, because the Stratocaster shape itself is just so kind of passé to me. Everybody has copied the Stratocaster shape. If you're going to do a weird run of interesting instruments, why not try to stay away from the Strat and the Tele shapes? Why not stick with some of the more unusual shapes in your back catalog and put the electronics from a Strat on some of that stuff? I don't know. That's just kind of my thinking, but what do I know? But anyway, I do think that this Meteora is probably one of the more interesting new guitars from a major manufacturer that I have seen in quite a while. The other standout examples that I can think of were the Modern Flying V from Gibson, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was one of the coolest looking guitars that had come along in a long time. I know half of YouTube seemed to disagree, but I don't give a shit. I thought it was pretty awesome looking. The other one was the Music Man St. Vincent model, which I still want to pick up one of these. Sickeningly cool shape as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, you just don't get that many interesting new shapes and ideas from some of these manufacturers. Everybody stays middle of the road, and the reason for that is it has a lot to do with distribution. It has a lot to do with retooling. It has in the factories. It has a lot to do with marketing. Every time you roll out a new shape or something weird, you're also running a big risk that you're going to alienate all the people who have followed your brand and love your brand and want everything to be like a 1950s Stratocaster. I don't know what it is about guitar players, why we have to be so damn conservative in terms of what we want to see on a guitar. I get like neck shapes and stuff like that. That makes sense, but like body shapes, let the body shapes kind of go wild, I did a whole video where I visited a local luthier here in Louisville and called it the Lunatic Luthiers of Louisville, and it was about these local guys who are doing some weird stuff, mother plucker guitars, and you know, all of their shapes were just kind of odd. They were visibly trying to stay away from, you know, the traditional stuff, and I totally respect that. And I think Fender and Gibson could possibly do more of that. And the thing about it is they don't stick with anything long enough to let it develop a following. You know, and I hope the Meteora doesn't share that same fate where they come out with this thing, they do a big launch, and then they make it for 1 year, maybe 2 years, and then you never see another one again, you know. That would be a sad thing. I mean, just like Gibson did with the original Explorer and the original Flying V. They made those for, what, 1 year, and they made very few of them, and you didn't see them again until much later in the 1970s, so I hope that doesn't happen with this, but you know, if history is any indicator, that usually is what ends up happening with strange shaped guitars. You know, and if I were you, if you guys like the shape of this guitar, if you like the look of this thing, you better pick one up while you still can, because like I said, they usually don't make things like this for very long. And, you know, totally not to plug Fender or anything like that, but I was reading some stuff about Fender Play because I was so, you know, I was kind of incensed that they would even offer me the Fender Play thing after I had criticized them in that video. Maybe it was a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe they were just kind of shooting out emails to everybody over 50,000 subscribers or something like that, and maybe I just got kind of caught up in that. But the thing is, I don't publish. They would actually have to physically go to my video and go in the description of one of my videos and find my email address, you know, to send me that email. So they, you know, I think they were watching the videos and they are keeping an eye on these. And like I said, the head of PR even said that they do, because she said she knew who I was. So that's not, I'm not bragging or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that, you know, they do keep an eye, a very close eye, I think, on what's going on in social media, just so they can try to stay one step ahead of the game. You know, what you would want to do that, certainly. But the point I was trying to make there is I noticed a couple things. If you're going to buy a Fender, don't buy it before or after Black Friday. Buy it on Black Friday, because I noticed they have a 10% off sale on Black Friday only. Also, if you have a youngster and you're gonna try to teach them to play, or you're gonna try to get them a subscription to Fender Play or something like that, if you get them that subscription, that also earns you 10% off of anything, I think, in any of their products. So if you're going to buy a Fender, or you're going to buy like a really expensive one in particular, make sure you get your 10% off one way or another. Either get it on Black Friday, or buy that Fender, maybe subscribe for 1 month to that Fender Play, and then, you know, you can drop it after a month or whatever. And if you buy an expensive enough guitar, it might be worth it to you. Come in. The wife is interrupting Shitpost Friday. She just apologized for it, but we don't accept her apologies on this channel. She just totally interrupted my whole thought process. Hey, sweetheart.
I go to laundry. I go to laundry today.
You're gonna do laundry?
I go to laundry. I'm so here.
This is what happens when the laundry room is right beside your filming room. I'm gonna leave all of this in Shitpost Friday, you know that. Ivy Sue, don't cry. Your stuff. You want to come be on Shitpost Friday? You want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say good to see you.
Good to see you.
Anyway, that is all of the news. Now let's take a look at some viewer mail. All right, we have a lot of viewer mail that we're going to open this week. Some of it was actually opened in a previous week, and I will show you all of that viewer mail, but also we're going to get into this viewer mail. Okay, this package is from Darren at Silver Falls Trading Company. Silver Falls Trading Company is a veteran-owned coffee seller. They don't grind anything until they're ready to ship it, so it's like absolutely as fresh as it can possibly be. Well, let's see what he sent here. Oh wow, looks like he sent a couple different samples. All right, we've got let's see, Silver Falls Trading Company. We've got Coco Moco. This is from the highlands of Bali in Indonesia. silverfallstradingco.com. So got this nicely vacuum packed. Let's see what this one is. Jungle Brew from Brazil. 6-bean jitters espresso blend. We've got Mother's Brew, and this is Colombian. We've got some Ethiopian lace. Single sourced Ethiopian. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Darren. So yeah, definitely check out Silver Falls Trading Company. This package was sent to me by my buddy Rob over at Forever Pick. He said he is friends with a fellow who did a documentary. And he said his friend's documentary, yeah, on this guy, Chicago Farmer. He's a folk artist. I guess he's based in Chicago. But I did check out some of his music, and I dug it. You know, he's just really unpretentious, kind of acoustic singer-songwriter type guy. So, you know, sort of up my alley. I like that kind of stuff. And what's he sent here? It looks like, has he sent me some more pics? Cool. 2 of them, actually. Let's see what we got here. That's paduak. And this is wenge. Never heard of wenge. That's interesting. Where's that indigenous to? Rob, comment down in the comments. Tell me where this is indigenous to. Paduak, or yeah, I think it's called paduak. Anyway, this kind of wood is the wood that that Washburn used in the what you call it, Nuno Betancourt signature models. He had a whole signature model made of this wood. But yeah, that's one I didn't have, and this is also one I didn't have. So thank you, Rob. Appreciate that, man. All right, this first piece of mail is from Robbie, and he says, hello, Brad. Greetings from sunny Southern California and Anaheim. Thanks for allowing Shirley and I to send cash. It's for supporting the Guitologist channel and brand. That's really cool, man. He's actually sent me some cash here, which will go toward actually purchasing him some chances on that pedal we're going to give away. But yeah, the next piece of mail here comes from my friend Rob at Forever Pick. So that's 2 Robs in a row. And I think I know what this is. Yes, it is. Hawaiian Koa. Cool. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take the wenge, the paduak, the new Hawaiian Koa. We'll take those 3. And I also want to check them against the ones that I already had in my collection. The maple, purple heart, and ebony. Okay, and for this demonstration we're going to use the 1956 Martin D21 that I just procured from Craigslist. So let's start with the maple. Okay, so I think we've once again proven that there is such a thing as tone wood picks. I mean, for sure. These definitely have a different tone depending on which wood you're using. And you may even get a different tone depending on which individual pick you get, too. They're handmade, so they're going to have subtly different shapes and things like that. So it's really going to behoove you to pick up a 6-pack of these and just to have on hand, because if you're ever looking for just a different punch or a different kind of tone especially in an acoustic track, if you do a lot of recording, this is something you need to have in the studio. Would have just never guessed that picks would have made that huge of a difference, but they actually do. Alright, this last package was sent to me by Dan Bertholo, and I hope I'm saying that properly, Dan. Sorry if I'm not. Dan has sent an LP, and this is kind of interesting. Let's read what he's written here. It says, "Greetings, Brad," and closes an LP album by a Midwestern band called White Lightning, or just Lightning by the locals. I thought you might enjoy some of the double lead work. The lead guitarist, Zippy Kaplan, had one of the first Marshall stacks I ever saw. It was purple. This band rocked heavy for the Midwest. Also, the first and only Marshall PA I've ever seen. I'm really enjoying your videos. Sorry I can't contribute more. Well, man, this is plenty. This is cool. And this looks like a really handmade limited edition kind of a thing someone has put together here. I love that, because not just anybody has a copy of this. But yeah, definitely really cool, man. Lightning. I'm going to check this out. See, yeah, that's awesome. Wow. So that's very interesting. This is obviously from a band that was just never discovered in its day. I guess I can kind of see why, because they're from Minneapolis, Minnesota, not San Francisco or somewhere like that. Because I mean, if they had been there, they certainly would have been discovered. Because this is pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. It's got a lot of shades of kind of early Tull. It's got some Uriah Heep kind of mixed in there, kind of Grand Funkish, just really cool. A lot of time signature changes, lots of changes in riffs, that kind of take you into different places as the tracks progress. Really impressive stuff. Thank you for sending this, and I have a feeling that this is a very rare record. I have a number 552 right here, which tells me this thing was probably a limited edition when they came out with it in '96. But this album was actually recorded in 1969, or all the tracks on it were recorded in 1969. So this is kind of actually ahead of its time. It even says, look right there, lost album of 1969. So I would have to believe that if these guys weren't discovered in their time, it's because of geographical location and not because of lack of talent, because I was pretty impressed by that. And it's definitely for 1969, it's both in its time, but it's also foreshadowing some of the music of the 70s that I really like, some of the prog rock of the 70s. So thank you very much, Dan. That's an absolute treasure. Anytime you can get something that's that rare, that's a really good day for me. Thank you very much. Alright guys, it's time to give away this Guyatone WR6 Auto Wah pedal. Here are the list of names. We had 60 people who participated in this giveaway. And you should notice your name if you participated on one of these two pages. We had 96 total chances that were purchased. So let's see. Let's get our trusty random number generator. Okay, this time instead of the Google random number generator, I'm going to use this one on randomnumbergenerator.com, and we'll see how this one goes. I don't think it really matters either way, but I just thought I would try this one out. So here we go. We're going to generate a number between 1 and 96 in 3, 2, 1. Number 19. So let's do this. Let's just start here at the top. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So our winner is Philip Bainbridge. Philip, your purchasing of 6 chances there saved your butt, buddy. So awesome, man. You have won the Guyatone WR6 Auto Wah Pedal. I want to thank Nate DeMont and Guyatone for their sponsorship of this giveaway. You guys go over to their Facebook page. Go to, he has his own store, DeMont, but also Guyatone has a Facebook page. Go check them out also on their website. Give them a like, give them a thumbs up, tell them that I sent you, and let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring this week's giveaway. Also want to thank my new sponsor, Silver Falls Trading Company Coffee. You will be seeing a couple of his ads here pretty soon on the channel. Also want to, as always, thank our sponsor for these Shitpost Fridays, Forever Pick. Thanks for sending me these picks, Rob. Very cool, very interesting stuff as always. Alright guys, that will do it for this part of Shitpost Friday. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do enjoy these Shitpost Fridays, please hit subscribe down below. Also hit the bell to receive all notifications. Over on Channel 2, I usually try each weekend to put up some Shitpost Friday content that just did not make the cut in the main body of Shitpost Friday. So there might be some more stuff over there that you can go check out. But anyway, for now, y'all take care.